My name is Collin Pursell. Today's date is April 25th, and the password is sunset. Every day when I get home, I'm greeted by my two big, loving dogs, with their tails whipping back and forth and faces contorted into goofy grins. They come running up to the door when I walk in. Poe is a 6-year-old chow mix, and Chloe is a lab pit bull mix, the same age as Poe. We both adopted both of them from the local shelter, and at the time we were just looking for pets, but over time they became members of the family. It's clear that they love their new lives with us, but I often wonder what happened to the other dogs that we looked at that we did not take home. That's why pet adoption or fostering is important to me, and I urge others who are interested in getting a dog to consider this option. So first, let me explain a little bit about the sheltering situation nationwide. According to a dissertation by Gunter, there are around 13,000 animal shelters across the United States. So that means more than likely there's one near you. I know from my home there are at least 6 within a 30-minute drive. According to another study by Silvestrini, between 6 and 8 million dogs or cats enter animal shelters every year. Of those 6 to 8 million, 4 million will be adopted that year, and the rest are euthanized. According to another study by Protopova and Wynn, the top reason for adoption of either dogs or cats is basically just how the animal looks. Basically, people are judging animals by their cover and not their content. So if a dog looks aggressive or like he might be mean or simply has that reputation, they will not be adopted. Or they're less likely to be adopted, that is. Next, we'll go over a few things that we can do to alleviate either overcrowding in the shelters or euthanasia of these animals. Beer, Widmar, and Crony did a study. They surveyed people who went to shelters and asked them, they went through a whole questionnaire, but one of the results out of this study was that 56% of the respondents said that they would adopt from a local animal shelter, as opposed to getting an animal from a friend or going out and buying a puppy. So that's over half, which is encouraging. Another thesis by Gunter, who I referenced earlier, found that in her study, pit bull type dogs are more than 3 times, they are more likely to stay in a shelter 3 times likely as any other dog. So it helps the shelters if you choose the dog that no one else wants, the dogs that have been there for months and months with no apparent way out. Another thing you can do, in the words of Bob Barker, is to spay or neuter your pets. Simply keeping the dogs and cats from reproducing keeps the numbers down on the streets and therefore keeps them out of the shelters. And then lastly, if you're not looking to adopt, you can also consider donating to your local shelter, whether that be a couple hours on a weekend to help clean out kennels, or to even give a monetary donation, or bags of food or toys, anything like that goes a long way in helping the quality of life of these animals while they're in the shelters. And finally, let's imagine what the world would look like if more people adopted and animal shelters were emptier. First of all, obviously there would be less animals in the shelters, and that means less animals being euthanized every year. Less animals in the shelter also means less tax dollars being required to run these shelters and pay the salaries of the animal control officers. So that's more money in your pocket. That should be a good enough incentive for anybody. And of course, it would also mean millions more happier or healthier dogs that are living in a loving home rather than being left alone in the shelters. There are so many dogs near you that need homes. Sure, puppies are cute. Not many people would argue that opinion. But they require numerous hours of training and attention, and they're a lot of work. Taking care of an older dog, bringing one into your home, only requires a small amount of your day to give the dogs the attention that they need. And more than likely, they'll already be trained to be a good family member in your household. Shelter dogs are capable of understanding what a loving home and family looks like, and they make great companions when they're included in the family. I urge you to check out your local shelters and see what dogs may be available, and either get one yourself, recommend one to a friend, or make the effort to donate your time or supplies to a local shelter.